Good morning and welcome to Crafty Tuesday, and it's lovely to be with you on another morning and do some more craft things together. And well, what a week we've had. How many of you had snow? Did you get out there? Did you build a snowman? Did you have a snowball fight? Did you have lots and lots of fun? And remember, last week we had a week looking at Arctic animals, didn't we? Did penguins, and we've done polar bears. Well, today we're going to do something a little bit different. We're going to move away from the winter animal theme, but it's got something to do with winter because we're going to think about Scotland. Because earlier in the week on Monday it was Burns Night. Robbie Burns, a very, very well known Scottish poet, and in Scotland they always celebrate it. They have a special meal when they eat haggis and swede and mashed potatoes. Don't know if you've ever had haggis. I have, and I rather like it. A lot of people don't like it, but I like it. So today we're going to do some crafts that have got some sort of connection with Scotland. The first thing I'm going to do is, in Scotland, I'm sure you know this, they wear kilts. I've got a kilt, but it was no point in me wearing my kilt today because you wouldn't have seen it when I'm sitting at my table anyway. And they're made of different tartans. And different tartans are the different groups in Scotland. They're called clans, and they have different groups with different tartans. And I thought, oh, you could have some fun doing some sticking and gluing and design your own tartan. So I did this. Here's mine. Crafty Tuesday tartan. Shall we call it that? Or Zena's tartan? And all you have to do is get a piece of paper, a piece of black paper or black card. I've got some black card here. I'm not going to do another one, but get some black card, and you just get strips of paper and glue them on, just like that. If you look on the page, you'll see this one, and some of it winds in and out, some of it doesn't, some of it's thick paper, some of it's thin strips and very thin strips. Often the colours are green, white, sometimes you get blue, red. There's always a lot of red. Occasionally there's yellow. So design your own tartan. You could do it with painting. You don't have to do it with strips of paper, but a bit of gluing and a bit of sticking is always a bit of fun, isn't it? So that's the first thing. Design your own tartan. Now, the next thing I did was I made this. Do you know what that is? It's called a Highland cow. I've written it on the bottom, a Highland cow. If you go up to Scotland, you see lots of cows like this. They've got big shaggy coats. I think they are lovely. I love Highland cows. And there are some you see around here. If you live near where we live in Worthing, you don't have to go far away to a farm that's got some Highland cows on it near Pulborough. If you live Chichester way, you can go, well, you used to be able to go, and I think you still can, and see Highland cows in Southbourne near the farm shop. But they're not like the ones you see in Scotland that are out in the mountains and so on. Let's make one of these. So I took a piece of white card, and what I did was I put the right colour paints. I made the paints up like that. And then I just squidged it onto the paper. You just have to squidge it on like that. And with a fork, scratch it. As you can see, these cows, and if you look on the internet, they've got sort of hair, in fact, hair a bit like mine that goes all over your eyes. And just do that, and then cut the shape out and leave it to dry. I had to wait a long time for it to dry. And then with pink paper, you can stick on the nose and stick on the horns, because the horns are a very important part of it, and the eyes, little eyes, because normally speaking, you can hardly see the eyes of a Highland cow. My friend next door, you'll see it on our page, she's done a painting of a Highland cow. She didn't even put eyes on it. She said to me, there's no need to. You never see the eyes of a Highland cow. But I thought I would. So that's the Highland cow. Now the last one, which is what we're going to do today, I'm going to do it with you, is the Loch Ness Monster. you heard about the Loch Ness Monster? Bet you've never seen it. If you go up to Scotland, there's a big lake up there, Loch, that's Scottish for lake, Loch Ness. I think there's a monster there. He's called Nessie. Some people say they've seen him. Oh, I don't know if they really have seen him. That's what they think he might look like. I don't even know if he really looks like that. It's a bit of a story, but it gets people to go up there. So, get a piece of blue card or blue paper. I'm just using blue paper. Just a piece of blue paper, a piece of white paper. This is a very easy craft. And draw the shape of the monster's head. Because nobody's ever seen the Loch Ness Monster, it doesn't really matter what shape you draw it, to be honest, just how you think his head might look. And then when you've drawn his head, make the humps. You'll see that I've done two that are roughly the same size. And then I've done one that's slightly smaller. So you can draw those on. Might need to get an adult to help you, but you can do it. Do a little one. And then with a little bit of paper you've got left over at the bottom, just draw the tail. So there you are, you've got those shapes. Get yourself a pair of scissors and you can just cut them out. And I mean, I'm not going to cut them all out now because I keep telling you, that's why I do some a bit earlier, but just cut them out with paper. There's a pair of scissors. Get a grown up to help you if you need help with scissors. There you are. I'll do that, and I'll do one of the humps, and then you can see where I'm going. And when you've done that, you just stick it onto the card or the paper that you've got it on, blue. So that what you've done is, mine's going to be going the other way around this time. There we are. So just do a bit of glue, good old Pritt stick. I ordered some new Pritt stick this week, so I've got, remember last week I said to you I'm beginning to run out of Pritt stick. So you can put it on like that, then put the humps on and just keep going along like that. Like I said, you just do them like that. So just on your piece of paper like that, move them along so that you've got them like I've done in the one I did before. You can see at the back I had some green card and I put some sort of green underneath, sort of, well, it's actually blue. It looks green on the screen, doesn't it? But it's blue. So you can see him swimming along with his little tail up. And then I put spots on him. I just found some gold pens. Give him a nice face. It's important he has a nice smiley face. And you can put anything on there. You can put spots on there. You can put diamonds on there, squares on there. You don't have to put anything. You can get stickies or something. I don't know what he looks like, really. I've never seen the Loch Ness Monster and I've been to Loch Ness. So just do that. Put the mountains in the background. Or you might want to put some trees in the background if you've got nice pens, because in the mountains in Scotland there are always trees, so you can always put trees in the background and do what you like. And there you are, we've got Nessie, Loch Ness Monster. If you go onto the internet, you can see other things you can make with him. You could do this with a piece of paper and then put it on sticks and it can go swimming along like that. So you've got the Loch Ness Monster swimming along. So there's some quite nice Scottish crafts there. There are other things in bagpipes, thistles. There are lots of things you can do for Scotland. So we'll go back over and just remind you, like I always do on Crafty Tuesday, design your own tartan. Just a sticking thing. You little ones will have loads of fun with that. A Highland cow, very messy. You need a fork, you need paint, you'll need your painting pinny, and remember to check at home what's the best room to do it in. And then the Loch Ness Monster, because we don't know what the Loch Ness Monster is like. You could design any monster in the sea, and that would be fun. So that's Crafty Tuesday this week. Lovely to be with you again. Keep safe, keep indoors, don't go out more than you have to, and look after yourselves. See you next week. Goodbye.